What's going on, everybody? You made it to the weekend. Congratulations. 0311. You made it, kid. Actually, it's the 12th when we're recording this. But, hey, happy Friday. Hope ready for the weekend. I hope everybody has a great weekend. Anybody working in retail, I know you guys are fighting to stay going. Just keep up the good fight. We appreciate everything you guys do. But yeah, you know me, I'm Bridgetown. I'm Brent here. I'm going to bring my boy Artie, my compadre, the one, the only, the professor, the coach. I don't know. I have like a million names for this man, but he is my artisanal chocolate. Artie, I can't do it without you. How you doing, baby?
I'm great, man. Great. Just living the dream over here.
Heck yeah, dude! You telling me a bunch of stuff off air, but damn, bro, like I can't wait to grow up and be just like you.
Our moves once in a while.
Hey,
Some of those I always tell you about my moves, man, and I always tell you whenever you're ready, compa, I will walk you through it.
Oh, I know, and I appreciate it. And when the time comes, I'll be there. When I know you'll be there when the time's ready. So we're good to go right now. I'm making little moves here and there, but you know. We'll get there. By the way, wait, did I open up the wrong one? I don't think so. Let's see here. So here we are. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell everybody, follow us on social media. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter, on Instagram. You can also reach out to us at theblownstatepodcast.com and or gmail.com. Go ahead and send us out a little message. Send us out a hi, hello, como estás? Whatever you guys want to do. But, let's stop messing around. I'm not having any drinks today. I know usually we have drinks on the show. I'm not sure if Artie is. But I just got my vaccine yesterday, and today it's hitting me really hard. I just had some, the Theraflu NyQuil version. So, like, my body's nice and warm, and, you know, I'm a little loopy. So, it's the same thing as me drinking. Are you drinking anything tonight, Artie?
Not right now. I'll probably, at our break, I'll probably go get a beer.
There you go. Nothing in the little mini fridge?
You don't have one back there.
All right. Well, guys, if you guys don't want to, I guess, you guys don't have to have a drink tonight. But whenever you guys are listening to us on the golf course or in the club or wherever you're going, you know, just make sure you guys are being safe. And if you guys are drinking, don't drive. Call an Uber, call a Lyft, call somebody to pick you up. Anywho, let's jump into it right now. We're going to get back into, how about this? We're going to do a PGA one more time. Artie shot, and you know, you gotta give our guy some things, right? He's not in the PGA, but we like him anyways. Artie shot at a 95 last Sunday. Congrats, compa. Andy, I know you're listening out there. This is how you do it the right way. And for those of you guys not listening at home, Andy, my cousin, he likes to not count his strokes. I played with him the other day, and I was like, how many did you have? He's all 5. I'm all, bitch, you had 8. Count them. I was like, okay, here. The drop, the re-tee, this is, oh, yeah, I guess it was 8 if you're counting all those. And I'm just like, bro. Actually, on the front 9, I actually shot 3 better than him, which is, you know, saying something. The winds picked up back 9, so everything got fucking loopy at that point. But yeah, man, congratulations, man.
Yeah, the 95 was on not an easy course either. It was at the Links over in at Glen Ivy in Temecula. It's a tough course. But I was shooting the driver really well. You know how I'm kind of like sometimes inconsistent with the driver, but I'm really consistent with everything else. Dude, I was smashing the driver, very consistent. Only lost 1 ball. And that 1 hole, I was able to recover and make a double bogey on that. But yeah, man, I was shooting really well. And it's funny how you talk about like people online about their scores. So remember Tyler was on here a couple weeks, episode quite a few ago. so Tyler, I saw he posted something on Facebook. I don't know if he still follows or listens or whatever. But Tyler, I'm going to call BS on your score, big guy, that you just posted today. So he played in some kind of PGA Tour course. I didn't see what course it was. But that dude said he shot 10 over par. And he's like, yeah, and I only play golf like, you know, a couple times a year. Like
he shot an 82?
Dude, right? I'm like, so there's 18 holes, and you're telling me you parred at least 8 of them?
Damn.
And I'm seeing just par, and that's yeah, man. That means he bogeyed 10 and parred 8. Yeah, man, I have a hard on a PGA course, you know? Yeah, I have a really hard time believing that.
Tyler, we're gonna need you to come on and defend yourself at some point because it does sound a little fishy.
Yeah, man. Now, if he had told, if I had heard like he goes and plays often and stuff like that, I believe you. I believe you, but yeah, man, you saying, because he put it in there, he's, I only played twice on there. He did at least say that. He's but I always kind of say they fluff their ball, they don't count the drops, they re-tee, mulligans. As soon as I hear somebody say, oh yeah, I just had one mulligan, right away. That's all like, well, wait a second, that's not a real thing, right? Like, when you keep a score, it's not, it's like a friendly thing, but it's not a real thing,
Yeah, if you're playing to play, then, because Andy tried to pull that with me, and I was just like, bro, you're not going to get better if you're lying about it, bro. Like, you're not. And legitimately, I outshot him by 3 strokes on the front 9, because he had a drop, or he had a re-tee. We gave him 1 re-tee, so we all agreed. It was 1 re-tee on the front 9, 1 re-tee on the back 9. We weren't going to count. He had his re-tee on the front 9, and then he had another one. And then he lost the ball, he had a drop. And then he lost the ball again, he had a drop. And I'm like, bro, you know that's like 2 each time, right? Because, drop in and then you got to hit it again, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, well, you can't count them all. I'm like, bro, no wonder you're shooting 82s.
Right.
So, speaking of amazing shots, though, all right, Jordan Spieth, he had a hole-in-one the other day, man. Do you think that's one of the hardest things to do in sports? What do you think is the hardest thing to do in sports? Like, where do you rank a hole-in-one? Like, and I'm talking about all sports, Artie. We got, like, perfect games. We got no-hitters, one-punch knockouts in, like, boxing or MMA. Like, where do you think hole-in-one lands? And what do you think is the hardest thing to do in sports across the board?
Hardest thing in sports across the board. Are we talking like single game thing?
Yeah, let's talk single game thing, because it's a one-time thing. Like, how many hole-in-ones does Spieth hit? You know what I mean? Or how many hole-in-ones does anybody actually hit? It's one of those things, like, you have to be just perfect that one day. So tell me what you think being perfect on that one day means to you. Like, which is the hardest one? Like I said, I gave you a couple examples. Where do you think hitting a hole-in-one? Where do you think that lands? And where do you feel?
So, I think the hole-in-one would probably be like a top 10 type of thing, but I don't think it'd be right up there, dude. It's happened so many times, that I just don't think I bet you there's way more hole-in-ones than there is like perfect games if we're talking at a professional level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I would think of perfect games up there. Maybe that one-punch knockout too has got to be like a fluke, right? That's got to be like I don't think I've ever seen one live, a one-punch knockout.
I've seen on a pay-per-view. I don't want you to give me that whole, did you see it live? Because were you there? Were you there? Right. I saw it on a pay-per-view. It was like 2 years ago. It was MMA. It was a UFC fight. Forget the dude's name, because the very next fight he got knocked out. But that fight, he was talking smack back and forth with the guy, and they both ran at each other, and one dude dove down, and the other dude jumped up with a knee, clicked him one time, and he was out, and that was the fight. It was like 4 seconds long.
Yeah. So I saw that in a movie, too. It's called The Warrior.
Oh, that was with the Mohawk. That's a whole other animal.
He's like, all right, let him run around, do his thing. If I knock him out, just walk right back out of the cage. I've never seen that.
Well, I'm gonna have to get you the link and send it to you. It's for real. Somebody out there in the MMA world that knows what's up or that's listening, send that to me real quick so it makes it a little easier for me to find. Okay, so what do you think is the singular most difficult thing to do in sports? I know that people have put out there hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do in any sport. Because the distance, the time, the reaction, that whole thing. But what do you think is the hardest thing to do in sports, man?
It might be that one-punch knockout, just because I think it's a unicorn, right? I mean, it's rarely out there, and I'm talking about like just one punch for that fight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's got to be it, the unicorn right there, because it doesn't. I mean, God, it can't be more than like 10 ever, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I honestly would think it's under 10 ever, in professional sports, and I'm talking about like at a professional level, not like amateurs or that type of stuff. I'm talking about like at a professional level. It's got to be under 10. So I would think that one. I don't think a hole-in-one would be that difficult. There's just so many opportunities. I feel like I see one every month type of thing,
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, his shot was amazing, dude. It was amazing. And it's still not easy to do. I mean, the closest I've ever been is probably like inside of 10 yards. You know, and even that, once you really look at 10 yards from a damn hole, you're like, it's still not even that close. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, yeesh. Yeah, 1 punch knockout I think is up there, but whew, I mean, I dig the hole in one, man. I honestly do. I think that's one of the craziest fucking things. When you see it happen, it's like, holy shit. You know what I mean? But
yeah.
Is it the hardest thing to do?
I don't think so. I mean, I've known people that did it, you know?
Yeah.
Like Brott, my buddy Brott that I've gone to golf with, he's done it once. Dude, I've seen somebody hit a double eagle one time in person. So, like, I don't know if you know what a double eagle is, but it's a par 5, and you make it in 2 shots.
Shut up. Really?
Yeah, I was there. Like, he was in my foursome that we were playing in. We were playing at Dos Lagos, and I think it's the one that I believe it's the 9th hole before we go into the clubhouse. And I forgot the dude's name right now. I think his name is Stu. Stu, we call him Stu, right? I forget his last name's Stewart, though. But I don't think we just call him Stu. So he's legit, bro. This dude shoots 70s, right? Like he's the real deal, you know. Like I learned a lot from him, and he just talks about high level stuff that I'm just like, man, I just can't with him, you know. But he's legit, dude. He's legit. Every once in a while, I hit a shot that keeps up with him, and I'm happy. But that dude does it like repeatedly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like
a machine. So anyway, so Stu was in my foursome, right? And then that dude, he hit a driver, and he must have pushed 300 yards, right? Had to have been like 300 yards. He might have even caught 300 in like after the roll and stuff like that, right? But I mean, he slammed it, and it was probably one of the best drives I've seen him ever hit. And it was a nice day, so then he was like, I think I can get it on the green on this one. So then he clubbed up or whatever, and he went for it. So then he hit it, and he smacked it beautifully, and you're like, oh man, that's dancing, right? It's on the green. It's on the dance floor up there, right? And then I'm the youngest one at that time from them, and I see it from really far that the ball just disappeared, bro. Like, I saw it going right next to the flag and just disappeared. And so I told him, I said, I think you made it. And they're like, no way, right? Because I'm always like the eagle eye looking for it, right? And I swear, I said, I saw where you landed, and I saw it rolling right next to the hole, and I did not see it move the second it got right next to the flag in the hole. Like, normally you see the ball kind of roll just past it or whatever, right? I said, I did not see it roll after that. So then, but we're far, bro. Like, we're like 240 yards away. So, I mean, it is not, you have to really be like, I think so, you know, like, fuck, you're looking, right? Like, shit, I can't guarantee it, man, but damn, like, I think it went in, right? Like I was telling him. So we all left our balls back there, right, where we're hitting, because we were still behind Stu, even where he was at. Well, no, because we had already hit past him, you know, and our second shots. But so we left our ball, and we all fucking went up there with our carts, right? And we're rolling up, and we let him be first because I didn't want us to like be like, yeah. So we let him go, but I could see it, bro. Like, it's not on the green. You know what I'm saying? Like, the ball is not on the green, and I know he hit that ball on the green, you know?
Yeah.
And so we're not seeing it. I'm like, bro. And they're like, you're lying, right? And I was like, man, I don't know what to tell you. I don't see it on the green. Do you see it? Like, as we're driving up there, I'm like, I don't see it on there, dude. And I'm telling you, I saw it go next to the hole, and then I never saw it again. So then we all get down. We go down there, kind of running down there. And, of course, we let him lead the way. And he goes up there, and we all peek. Sure enough, bro, it's in the cup. So then he got it authenticated. So one of the other dudes we were with, because I know it was me, Mar, and Stu, and I forgot who the other dude was with that was with us. But the other dude went and called the clubhouse, and they came over, and they like they made it like official. I forgot, they gave him like something on the scorecard or some shit like that, and they gave him like something like a little printout or whatever that he got a double eagle on that shot, because I don't even know. He had said, oh, that's only like the second time I've ever seen it here, blah, blah, blah. Like the clubby, right? That said that. So to me, I've never seen a hole in one person, but that double eagle is the best thing I've ever seen. Best I've ever seen. I mean, I've never even had a shot at a double eagle. Actually, I guess technically I have. I've been on the green in two, you know?
Yeah.
But my two was not for a par five. It was Walnut Creek, I think it's called in
Diamond Bar?
Nah, it's in Walnut, but I think it's called Walnut Creek, the golf course over there. And the one you had to cross. There's water on the left hand side, and I believe it's the number 8 or 9 hole before you go into the clubhouse as well too. And if you hit the driver really well, it's kind of downhill, and then you're kind of at an angle, and then you're going downhill, but then it's uphill where the green is at, next to the clubhouse. And if you get a good driver and you get a lot of that downhill, then you're probably like 200 and something yards out. You know what I'm saying? From with the iron to get to the green, and I could hit my iron like when I strike it really well, I could hit it about 200 and something yards, right? So I hit my driver really well, and I probably got a good carry of around like, I don't know, maybe 290, 295 around there, like after the roll and stuff like that. So then I busted out my 5 because I love my 5. I think I could hit my 5 the furthest out of all my irons. So I busted out my 5 and I just went for it just to see how close I could get. I wasn't trying to like make it or anything, but I didn't even think I could be out there, to be honest. So then I hit it and I got on the green. So I was on the green in 2. I mean, now it's far from like, going into the cup, but still I was on the green in 2. And I don't even know if I birdied that one or not. I have made birdies before, but I don't know if I birdied that one, Gotcha. But those to me were probably my 2 best shots. And there's one in Arizona where my cousin Mike, we've gone to go play, and he's seen me do it twice. And we played it so many times. There's a hole, I forget what number it is, but you have to clear water, and you have to clear 260 in the air in order to get onto that green. So every time I get to that hole, I go for it, dude. I don't care if I lose the ball or not. I always go for it. And I cleared it twice. Don't get me wrong, I failed more than I succeeded, but I cleared it twice.
Hey,
and that's a big deal.
Those times you succeed make it all worth it.
Right? For real. It reminds me of the tin cup, like, another one. Give me another one. Give me another one. Honestly, that particular one feels like that because you have to clear 260 in the air, bro. 260 in the air. You really got to get a hold of it. And when I'm trying to hit it that far, bro, it's hard to control that.
You hit it with the 5, you said?
No, hell no. 260. 260. The driver.
Oh, the driver?
The driver, yeah. I go
off
for
the tee.
Yeah, off the tee.
I thought off the green.
No, I see what you're saying. Yeah, no. Yeah, off the tee.
Yeah, no. The best hit I've had. I was playing with my boss Dennis. You remember Dennis, little man? We went out and we were playing out in Hemet at the Hemet golf course, not the Seven Hills, but the Hemet golf course. And it was a hard dog leg, dude, like a hard right angle going to the left. And he's like, just aim at the berm. And I'm like, well, how far is the berm? And he's like, it's probably about 270. He's like, if you just roll up to it, the berm will keep it on the green. I was like, all right, cool. So I muscled up and I freaking gave it a good freaking ride. It went straight, dude. He was like, holy shit, that was a nice drive. And I'm like, right on, man. I told him, I think I hit the side of the berm. It should be there somewhere. So we go and we look. We find his in the rough, and we're looking around for mine. And I'm like, dude, I don't see my freaking thing. And he was just like, I don't see it either, bro. It was straight. It was dead on. And I'm like, I know. And I was like, you think it went over the berm? He's like, there's no way, bro. It's easily 290. And I was like, okay, well, let's go look. I use those fucking bright yellow, bright green balls or whatever just because they're easy for me to find because I hit the ball so terribly. It's easier for me to find the green and the yellow than the white ones. And sure as shit, there was about another 10 yards back, there was a row of reeds, like old big weeds or whatever, and my ball was sitting right on the edge of them. And he was like, there's no fucking way that's your ball. And I go and I look, and I'm like, that's my fucking ball. He's like, dude, you just cleared at least 290. I was like, that's probably the best fucking drive I've ever had. I'm ever going to have. He's like, dude, you're big. He's like, wait till you get better clubs and this and that and yada yada. I'm just like, bro, let me have this one. Let me have one. I mean, I didn't get it on the green that quickly, but I fucking hit the shit out. I beat the snot out of that golf ball, and it fucking went fucking the distance. But he told me, he's like, it's like 291, 292. He's like, you're easily you're almost there, man. I'm just like, And then I hit my my 5-iron, and it goes fucking into the rock somewhere. I go looking for it. I just take the drop and go. I ended up like freaking hitting like 6 on that hole, dude. After that, he's like, bro, you drove it to Kingdom Come, and you're gonna hit a fucking 6 or 7. I forget what it was. And I'm like, yeah, I suck, bro. That was all luck. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. But yeah, no, that's my one like good golf story. All right, man. Let's jump. By the way, I sent you a link for the that knockout. 4 seconds. Let's get into some NCAA basketball. March Madness is on the brink. Selection Sunday is upon us. Who is already in? Who's on the cusp? And who do you think is going to take it, Artie? Are you going to do a bracket? And if you are, can we see your bracket when you do it?
We could do one. I don't know. I've gotten away from college basketball a lot, but I have won brackets before in the past.
Monica gonna get upset with you. You know that.
Yeah,
she's gonna be right now. She's like, no, I'm gonna call them right now. Hell no, Artie, we're gonna do the freaking thing.
Yeah, it'd be fun. We should do one to see how much I smack you by as usual.
Oh, I'm sure you're gonna beat the crap out of me. The good thing is
I haven't kept up this year, though. I'll be honest.
I am competitive, but I am not a sore loser. If I'm really good at something and then I lose, I'm like, congratulations. But being a Cowboys fan and an Angel fan has given me perspective as to being okay with losing. So I'm okay with that. Let's talk about who's already in. Liberty Flays, Atlantic Sun, Morehead State, Ohio Valley. They're playing out of Ohio Valley. Winthrop Eagles, the Big South, Wichita State. I know Monica going to be excited about that one, but Wichita State in the AAC. Loyola Ramblers, the Mount Vernon Coastal, whatever it is. San Diego State with the Mountain West. Oregon Ducks take it out of the Pac-12. Baylor Bears, the Big 12. Gonzaga Bulldogs, the WCC. Arkansas Razorbacks, the SEC take that one. And the Illinois Fighting Illini coming out of the Big 10. Who do you think out of those guys right now that are already basically in the tournament, who do you think are your top 2 picks on that one? Throw a name, bro. Come on. The whole world is listening. Top 2.
I mean, Gonzaga's a big name, right?
Yeah.
I don't see any of those winning it, but all right. I like teams from big divisions, so Illinois.
All right, that's one.
Yeah, and I said Gonzaga.
Oh, Gonzaga and Illinois. I'm gonna go with Baylor and Wichita State. I think they'll make a deep run. I don't know what I'm talking about, but if they do, hey, I'm gonna look great. Monica's probably at home going, God damn it, Brent, just shut up. Let's talk about who's on the cusp, though. Abilene Christian, Colgate, Eastern Washington, Jackson State, Louisiana Tech, Prairie View A&M, Southern Utah, UC Santa Barbara, and Weber State. Does anybody down here have a chance to not only make it, but to do something while they're in there?
To do something while they're in there, huh? Weber? I mean, they're... Didn't you say Weber or something like that?
I said Abilene Christian, Colgate, Eastern Washington, Jackson State, Louisiana Tech, Prairie View, A&M, Southern Utah.
Weber.
Weber at the end? Okay. I'm going to go with Louisiana Tech. They won 5 of their last games, and they're pretty hot. Southern Utah won 9 of their last games, so they're coming in with a hot hand. So, but I like Louisiana Tech. I don't know why that one's talking to me. Louisiana Tech, I'm rolling with you guys. So make it. Any other things? So you have to do the bracket tomorrow. Oh no, Sunday, because that's when they get all picked. So Sunday you have to you give me do your bracket and then send it to me, and then I'll post it on our Instagram and on our Twitter, and then we'll have to wait and see who wins out and go from there. If you guys want to join us, send us your brackets at the Blown Safe Podcast at gmail.com, or if you guys know us personally, text us or whatever it might be, and let's rock and roll.
There you go. I put you a link to my one punch knockout.
Okay, I'll take a look at that here in a minute. Jumping into what we have here in the NFL and what's been going on. Biggest news to hit the streets this week: Russell Wilson will not be a Cowboy. Dak signs a 4-year deal with the Cowboys, resetting the market. Dak finally gets paid, but is it a bit much? We're going to talk about the deal that has reset the quarterback market. All right, so I'm going to give you the info. I know everybody's talking about he's walking away for like $74 million in the first year, blah 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 blah. But it kind of it's there, but it's not there, but it is. So he's getting $160 million over 4 years. Max payout would be $164 million with the incentives like going to the Super Bowl, winning the Super Bowl, Pro Bowl, stuff like that, right? MVP, yada yada yada. $66 million of that first. Oh, I'm sorry, $95 million of the 125.
He's just getting 160 then, right?
He's getting one right now. His max deal is his deal is for 160. Max payout would be 164.
Yeah, so he's getting 160.
Yeah, so $125 million of that is guaranteed, with $95 million of it due at signing. $66 million of that 95 initial signing is going to be his signing bonus. What does it all mean? After the $66 million is taken out of the 160, it leaves 94 over 4 years and an average of $23.5 million. In year one, Dak's year one, he's going to be taking home $89.5 million before incentives. Wildly, it's only $22.2 million of what would be against the cap for the year, and only 10.75% of the cap that they're going to hit with Dak's contract. Great deal, bad deal. What are you thinking, Artie? I know Jerry Jones has come out and said he's our guy. I've never bet on anybody harder than I'm betting on him right now, and I know I'm confident with what we did. I mean, talk to me, Artie. What do you think?
I mean, he's a dude I cheered for, like for sure. I mean, I'm fine with it. I don't have the perspective of like it's my team and this dude's contract is huge and it's hurting us because of the cap and stuff like that.
Right.
4 years. I mean, I thought he would get more years. I thought he was going to get 6, to be honest. I really thought he was looking for something for 6, but I guess the numbers up front are really good. I don't see, looking at your breakdown here, I don't see anything about him making 75 or 74 mil in that first year.
So it's actually $89.5 million is what he's going to be walking away with at the end of his first year. It's not the 74.2 that everybody keeps talking about, the 75. It's not that. If you look at the numbers, it's $89.5 million out of taken home because of the bonus, because of the signing bonus, and then the guaranteed money. So he's taking away $89.5 million at the end of year one before the incentives, but only $22.2 million of that is going to be against the cap. I did some research on this one.
So it says 66 mil of the 95 as a signing bonus.
Correct.
And he's getting 23 point. That's 80. That's 89. So that would be the 89 then, right? You're talking about the first year. Yeah, you're right.
The numbers check out.
Yeah, it works out. 89 mil.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty wild, man. That it's. I mean, he's taking home that much money, and he's only hitting the cap just a little bit. You know what I mean? Compared to what he would had he taken the franchise tag, he would have been. What did we say last week? It was like some stupid number, like 30% of the cap or whatever it was, would have been just Dak. So I'm glad they got the deal done. As a Cowboy fan, I'm glad they got the deal done. I know a lot of people out there in the interwebs were calling for his neck and this and that and yada yada. Boy got paid. You know what? 4 years, no trade clause. He wants to stay in Dallas. He said it. He's like, I'm going to stay here in 4 years. We'll be back on the table. There is no arbitration. There is nothing. We're going to make another deal and we're going to keep going. But he wanted to go 4 years because he wanted a shorter time frame to prove he was worth more money back on the back end. So when he renegotiates the new contract, he wants to be able to go, here's the Super Bowl I won. Let's go make more money. But
it might be on year 4 if he does it.
Maybe.
Because they're not going to win it this year, this coming year for sure.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Because I mean, I told you, I feel like you had to build to really get there.
Yeah.
There's your Tom Brady, obviously. So they haven't been building. It's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back with them.
Yeah. No, I'm with you
It's
there.
felt like lately, but I know this last year had to do with Dak getting hurt.
Yeah.
I saw them being a playoff team. There's
Dak,
no way they don't make the playoffs if Dak doesn't get hurt.
Dak getting hurt, the offensive line getting hurt, and we're about to talk about the O-line right now. But all these factors factored into why they didn't make the playoffs, why they didn't, do anything again this year. I throw in again because it's a reoccurring thing. I told you, man, I lose gracefully.
Right in a row that they didn't make the playoffs?
No.
No? 3?
3 years.
Damn, in a row that they haven't made the playoffs? Oh, wow, Brent.
I know.
I thought they went like 12-2 a couple years ago.
That was 3 years ago.
Damn. All right.
Yeah, that was Dak's first year in. They made the playoffs. The second year he made the playoffs, and that was it. It's been 3 years after that. No, we haven't had the playoffs.
Yeah. I still think with him there, they have a shot at making playoffs. The offensive line, or that offense is just so explosive. They're gonna have to make sure they protect them. They definitely need to do a better job defensively, man. That team, they're not going anywhere. They're not winning any NFC. Their big team right now should be they're good enough because the other teams are so weak to win that NFL least division,
Mm-hmm.
And I say least because they're not very good.
Oh, absolutely. It's not the beast right now. It hasn't been for a while.
So they should win that division. And then from that, it's like, okay, what's it going to take to win the NFC division?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the conference. And then you can worry about like the Super Bowl. Because if you could win the conference, you should give yourself a chance of winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah. You got to get in the show.
Yeah. I don't think they get to... I think right now they top out at getting to the NFC conference. That's like where I think they top out at. I don't see them winning that conference, but
the conference championship or the wild, because there's wild card division and then championship.
Right. I don't think
they get to the Super Bowl. Yeah, no. Thankfully, 3 of the Cowboys' big front 3 have restructured their contract. Zach Martin, Tyrone Smith of Moval native. We've talked about this. Lael Collins will open up another $17 million in cap space. There's nothing specific on their contract, but they have renegotiated or restructured the way they're getting paid to be able to free up more cap space to be able to do some signings and pickups and stuff like that. I know that some of the things that they're looking at in the first or for the draft is going to be to address an offensive lineman or 2, and then go in and get a bunch of defensive guys. So they have.
I always wonder how that kind of works with the NFL. The NFL is a lot different from other sports. I told you that with regards to free agency.
Yeah.
I don't see them using, even though it clears cap space, I don't ever really see them use it to go get dudes in the NFL as like free agents. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I always think to me, it's overvalued in the NFL because I don't see teams really go and do that. But I mean, I could be wrong, but I just don't see it the way they do it. Now the draft is a huge spot where they kind of go and try to fill these voids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's where, I mean, the Cowboys had a bad year, right? So they should have enough draft picks, right, to be able to go get some of these dudes.
I know in the second round, they got like 3 picks. In the first round, they have 1. They're looking to trade back to try and get some more picks as they go on. I think they have like 9 picks this coming up draft. So they're definitely going to shore up some people. They still got to figure out who's the backup quarterback's going to be. Andy Dalton's a free agent once again. Whether or not they go after him or they try and get somebody else, we'll have to wait and see at the draft and what happens there. But they have the pieces on the offensive side to do something, but the defense right now is just getting run over, which is fucking hilarious. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Speaking of getting locked in, the GOAT, the Buccaneers, they have come to an agreement here. Tampa Bay Tom or TB12, whatever you want to call him, the GOAT, the greatest ever, Super Bowl champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers try and run it back for 2021-2022. His contract saves the Bucks $19 million against the cap. Technically, they agreed on a 4-year contract extension that voids to a 1-year extension with this signing. Per my boy Huerta. You remember who he was, right? My boy Eric Huerta. He says when he finally retires, he'll be old enough to collect Social Security benefits. So
That's funny.
I think that's his plan. Just keep playing football till I'm able to get Social Security, and then I'm getting out.
I saw that he's going to be 45, and he's going to be, if he starts, he'll be the oldest quarterback to ever start in the NFL. Yeah, that's really interesting. I mean, he could do it. I mean, he's just. It seems to me like the game comes slow motion to him. He's ahead of the game mentally compared to anybody else, and he has enough physical tools to get the job done. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what I see him. Because imagine if, like, again, like a dude that has the physical tools had the mental awareness that Tom Brady does, like, again, like a Dak Prescott.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he has all the physical tools. Imagine if he had the smarts and wherewithal that Tom Brady has. How ridiculous! And I told you, and I'm gonna go out on a limb say that I think your dude Dak is gonna break the single season passing yards record during this 4-year contract. I think he's gonna break the single season passing record, and I think he does it maybe this year, if not the next year. And here's why: because the Cowboys are gonna be chasing all the time until that defense kind of figures it out, you know. And I think it's gonna take 2 years before that defense kind of like finally settles in, or before they finally get the right dudes in place, you know?
Right.
I think the Cowboys will go back to being in the playoffs next year. I don't think they run away with anything kind of crazy record that Joe always likes to think of, and, you know, something with the 2 losses or whatever, and 14 or whatever wins he always thinks. You know, I was like, well, I see the losses around the 6 marker, you know, as usual. But I think they make the playoffs. I think they're the number 1 team in that division. I think Dak is not going to win MVP.
Comeback player of the year?
Yeah, well, of course. That's going to be easy. You know, I mean, like, what other dude is going to be in a prime spot to outshine him in terms of a comeback player of the year, you know? Especially, I mean, he would deserve it if he did. You know, the injury that he suffered is not something to be taken lightly. You know?
I know he thanked Alex Smith on social media for being his inspiration and saying kind words to him about recovering and being able to get back out there and do that. So,
yeah, you know that because I sent you that message.
I didn't say you didn't. I just, omitted that you sent that.
You didn't say you did. Yeah, I just thought it was really cool that he said that, you know, that he's like, hey, man, like, you know, thanks and blah, blah, blah. Like, he gave him his inspiration. And I thought that was real cool. And that's stuff that I love about Dak, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's why I'm going to cheer for that dude for sure. And I hope he has another great year, and I'll be trying to draft him everywhere I can again.
Right on. Staying with quarterbacks in a surprising move, at least to this guy here. Cam Newton has signed a 1-year deal with the Patriots. $2 million signing bonus, $1.5 million base salary, fully guaranteed, $1.5 million. $1.5 million per game roster bonuses and $100,000 in workout bonuses, with a total of $8.5 million in incentives. Altogether, could be worth $14 million at the end of the year. I don't think he's going to get all $14 million at the end of the year.
Same.
I think he's going to get about 6. I think he clears $6 million by the end of the year, but I don't think he's getting anywhere close to that $14 million. I know I have a hankering feeling that the Patriots are going to draft their quarterback this coming up draft.
Yeah, I think so too. You know, I wonder when I saw this, the first thing I thought of, did you see that interaction that Cam Newton had with that kid that was heckling him at like a football camp?
No, I didn't.
And then the kid's like, "You're a free agent," blah blah blah, just like running his mouth. You know, one of those kids that just needs attention, man. You know, like those kids that they, you know, the what is it? Who said it? I think it was Mike Tyson that said it. Some people have made themselves feel very comfortable with being talking behind a keyboard or something like that, you know, like they forgot what it feels like to be punched. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was something to that effect. I gotta find that quote, but it was a really good one because it's true. You know, some people think like, man, you could just run your mouth and nothing's gonna happen. You know?
Yeah.
And that kid was running his mouth. And then he's running his mouth, and then he gets bullied on social media, right? Like, he got bullied. And I'm like, wow, dude, like, that's what you were openly doing to Cam Newton, who was there at your guys' camp.
Right.
and now you're getting bullied. Like look, I'm not one for bullying, but when a dude that's bullying gets bullied, like, dude, that's karma.
Reap what you sow, man. You reap
Yeah,
what you sow.
that's karma. And that's what that damn little kid was happening. Then he's like, oh, he formally apologized to Cam and stuff like that. But a lot of the damage is already done by then, both to him and on behalf of him. Again, I guess it's always good to go and fix your mistakes and stuff like that. But that's the first thing I thought of when I saw this was Cam Newton. I was like, oh, damn, he's not a free agent no more. And it was one of those, like, hey, you got a date to the prom? Nah. Neither do I. You want to go together? All right, this works. That's what I feel like this ended up being, like, just, hey, works for you, works for me, and let's just do it for now. And, maybe I draft a quarterback, maybe I don't.
How long, realistically, do you think Cam has left in the league as a starter?
I don't know, man. I think he's a dude that's a hype machine. He hypes himself up. Remember, he's, all the things he was posting on social media last year. Just wait, give me a shot. Everybody's gonna be sorry. Everybody's gonna be this. Everybody forgets. Everybody this or that. And I'm like, dude, you're just not that dude no more. Like he's not.
You think you are, but no.
Yeah, he's just not. He's always been a running quarterback, and the second you get hit a little bit, especially when me and you talked about it, like he's a dude that he kind of crosses the line of scrimmage a lot,
Yeah.
And that's where it becomes dangerous. He's not a pocket passer, and he doesn't have. I feel like a lot of these running quarterbacks don't have the mechanics to be pocket passers. Have you noticed that?
Mm-hmm.
Like their mechanics are so poor. Like they throw from the sides, and they just don't have your traditional mechanics.
Yeah.
And they don't really seem to work on it. Like, that was one thing that I saw, I think Tyreek Hill talk about Patrick Mahomes. He was like, I remember him saying something like, I remember when we drafted this dude, we're like, oh, who's this goof? With like his mechanics, and he wasn't getting stuff done and blah, blah, blah. And then he worked like the whole time with the quarterback coach. And then when he came back and started practicing with them in training camp, he's like, oh, damn, like, who's this dude? Turned around his mechanics and everything looked a lot cleaner. And I agree. That's like a big thing. That's why, like Lamar Jackson, Vince Young, Cam Newton, what was the other dude that Heisman Trophy winner out of Baylor, played for the Redskins, got hurt.
Oh, RG3.
RG3, like those are all dudes with like poor mechanics, you know what I'm saying? Like running quarterbacks that didn't have like the greatest of mechanics. That's why they just don't last in the league that long, Like you have to change your mechanics if you want to be successful in the NFL.
Yeah.
Like long term, Well,
I know.
Yeah, you can have a fluky season, Cam had, and I don't want to kind of fluky, but like he had a good season, like he had a great season. RG3 had a great season one time. Lamar Jackson already had a great season, but
you know what I notice about that is when they have those great seasons, it's when it's young in their career that people don't have too much tape on them. And they don't know how to defend him. But then the following year, they're like, nah, we know how to defend you now. Now you got to do something else to beat us. And that's where things change, I think. I know Dak had come out and said that because of his injury, looking in hindsight, he's like, I know that I now have to stay in the pocket more. I can't be running on third down when I could pass the ball. Like, it's not me, it's we, and we're going to make it happen. So according to him, he's been working on staying in the pocket more or becoming more of a pocket passer since he's been hurt. And we'll just have to wait and see what happens at that point.
What's up, well, he can't really run as much, can he?
I mean, I saw his workout video. He looked good, but I wouldn't risk it. I mean, he got paid. Yeah, le pagaron. If he gets hurt on the first game, bro, he's still getting paid $120 million for guaranteed. That's generational wealth right there.
For sure.
Oh yeah, you're not that family. The Prescott family is set. You know what I mean? And speaking of guys that are set in where they are and what's going to happen, the Texans have said Deshaun Watson is their guy. They are committed to Watson despite the trade rumors, and they have no other contingency plan. They're saying this is our guy. He ain't going nowhere. We love him. I know we're kind of butting heads right now, but we want him and we want him to stay.
Well, the
Artie,
Texans want that, but not him.
do you think he sits out and forces their hand, or do you think he plays out the year and see what happens? There is a full no trade clause that he insisted on when he signed his 4-year deal 3 years ago, which complicates things if he decides to waive it. He can't just if he waives it, they could trade him anywhere. But if he doesn't, then he can't trade him anywhere. He's kind of a catch-22 on himself. What do you think he does? Because he's going to be there for another 3 years. What do you think he's doing?
I'm so confused by everything you just said. You said 3 years ago he signed through 3 more years. Complicates
I'm sorry.
it. Doesn't
I'm
look
sorry.
like...
He signed a 4-year contract.
3 years ago.
3 years ago, because he only has 3 years left. He already played a year on that contract.
Wait, 4 minus 3 should be only 1 year left.
Okay, then 1 year ago. I did math good earlier. I math good. Okay?
Yeah.
He has 3 more years left on his contract. Basically,
Okay.
end of story. It's a he has a full no trade clause that he insisted on, and now he's like, get me the hell out of here. Do you think he plays it out, or do you think he sits out?
And what was this whole he could catch 22 where he could waive his no trade clause?
So he has the ability to waive his no trade clause to try and get traded somewhere else. But he can't stipulate if he waives it where he can go. He can say, I'd like to go here, but they don't have to. They can send him to the Jets if they want.
Okay, so he could waive his no trade clause, but it's an open clause. It's not a it's an open market at that point. Yeah.
But the Texans said, "Nah, man. Like, we want you. This is where we want you. Sorry for the bullshit, but this is where we want you, and this is where we want you to stay."
Right, dude. What weapons is he having? It feels like he's lost more and more guys. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's still leaving. I don't think anything's going to happen until either real close to the draft or after the draft, if that makes sense, in my opinion. I don't think any of that happens until real close to the draft or after the draft.
Okay.
Just because I just think they gotta figure out. It's one of those, like, let's see where the chips fall. You know, like, let's see who needs what. You know, Let's see who's willing to offer us like something for him. Let's see who doesn't get that quarterback that they wanted or was hoping would be there in the draft. And then now we have more leverage. They're only going to get picks from him. I don't think they're going to get anybody that's like, hey, slot him in and ready to play right away, you know?
Yeah.
Unless they do, like, they trade for a semi-good backup type of thing. But I think if anything, they're going to trade for, like, again, like a semi-good backup with picks.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the route I think that they're going to end up going. But again, it comes down to who gets what in the draft. I think that's what it really comes down to. Who gets what in the draft.
What's your gut feeling say? I think he sits out. I think he forces their hand. He waives his clause. I think he doesn't go where he wants to, but I think they move him. What do you think? What's your gut feeling say?
Do you think he sits out?
I think he sits out. I think he sits out training camp, and as they're getting close to the games, like, they either figure something out. But I think he sits out preseason and the workouts.
Okay, let me throw you something back. Who's the last quarterback to sit out?
I don't remember. I don't think I've ever heard of a quarterback sitting out.
I don't think quarterbacks really sit out, man. It's usually positional players, you know?
Running backs, defensive backs, stuff like that. Yeah.
Wide receivers, you know? Like, they're always throwing those little prima donna hissy fits, you know?
Yeah.
Man, I'm really trying to think of a quarterback that sat out that really didn't come in and played, you know? They're like, nah, you know? I can't think of one, dude. That's why I'm going to say no, that he doesn't sit out, you know?
Okay.
I just can't think of a quarterback that sat out.
Do you think he gets traded, or do you think that he ends up playing out his contract?
No. These fools are a different breed nowadays, man. I don't think these dudes play out their contracts. I think he gets traded at some point in the next 3 years, you know?
I got you.
Yeah. I mean, what are they going to do to supply him? I think he's starting to see the writing on the wall with what some of these other dudes say. Like, oh, man, the Texans don't really put playmakers to give you a shot. at winning the whole thing or a realistic shot at winning the whole thing, and they just kind of waste your career. And I think this dude's gonna start seeing like, man, I'm in the prime of my career, and I better make a move right now. You know?
Yeah.
Dude, Stafford to me was like shocking at how young he is, and how I think he does have like, I think if anybody is gonna be it, but I think Stafford has a chance or the opportunity to be the next Drew Brees, a dude that kind of reinvents himself with the Rams. Does that make sense?
It does.
Because Brees was still good with the Chargers, right? Like, he was a good player. High quality, top 10 for sure, if not maybe top 5 quarterback. And then he went to the Saints, and he's definitely a top 5 quarterback and now a Hall of Famer. He wasn't a Hall of Famer when he was with the Chargers, but he was a very good player. I don't think Stafford was a Hall of Famer with the Lions, right? Like, he was a very good player. Maybe top 10, I guess.
Well, he's going into a team that was that made a run the last 2 years, and he's got a lot of weapons there.
He got a lot of weapons,
and a defense that's you could stack them up against pretty much anybody else in the league. You're handling business. So I think you're right. I think Matthew Stafford has a bounce back year, and he looks Drew Brees-ish with the LA Rams. I mean, I can't say no to that, Artie. I think you're right. Absolutely.
I think that's what's going to happen with him. I don't know where that came out of, but I think something like that happens. And I think Watson. Because I was going to tell you, I think Watson sees some of that stuff happening with Stafford. And I think Watson is going to be like, damn. Especially if Stafford comes out and has a good year, he's gonna be like, I said, dude, he's gone. Like, he's like, whatever you got to do, I'm out of here because I want that. You know?
Yeah.
I want that. And as soon as Brady retires, bro, it feels like it's open game, open season, you know? Everybody got a shot.
Well, I mean, he keeps winning. He can keep playing until he collects Social Security. So,
Right.
All right, man, we're going to take a quick commercial break. And then we'll be right back. We're going to get some MLB things that are happening, rule changes, people getting signed, people moving. We'll get into it here in a few, guys. Artie's going to go grab a drink. I'm going to go use the bathroom, and then we'll be back right now, guys. We love you guys. Hang out. Enjoy the commercial. All right, guys. And we're back. I hope you guys enjoyed whatever commercial that was. If you guys don't enjoy the commercial, hey, man, go check out, like, Manscaped or something. I don't know. You know, what is what it is. Let's get into some baseball, all right? That's what everybody waits for. Into the show. Let's rock and roll. Let's get some baseball in. Except for Leon. Leon loves that we leave baseball to the end because he likes the other stuff more.
Where's that guy living with you and I'll never even see him?
He's sleeping right now. He had to be at work early. He got home. I was still at work. I saw him for like 20 minutes. We had lunch. And then he's like, I'm going to go take a nap while you get off work. And I'm like, all right, cool. He has not come down since. So, it is what it is, man. That man works very hard. And I'm hoping to get him out of there so he doesn't work as hard but still get paid a little more. But we'll have to wait and see. Let's talk about some news. Matt Vasgersion signs on to be the lead voice of the Angels broadcast team, replacing Victor Nomas. He will start splitting duty with ESPN and MLB Network, and while he's there, Darren Sutton, son of Hall of Fame Don Sutton, former Angel as well, will fill in for him those days. Could I have been a better voice for the Angels? Not better than Matt, but I definitely think I'll be better than Darren. At least I'd like to think so. Artie, what do you think? Would I have made a good announcer?
I don't know who Darren is, but you definitely have that homerism that the Angel announcers have.
Exactly.
For sure. Yeah, you'd fit right in there, which I hope Matt does not bring with him.
He is a SoCal boy.
But there's nothing wrong with that. And, dude, more people will respect you if you call the game the way absolutely. The game is being played, you know?
Yeah.
I stopped personally, and again, Brent, I used to be more of an Angels fan a long time ago when the broadcast was more balanced, when it wasn't just like trying to shove the Angels down your throat, even when they just suck so bad. And I'm just like, dude, like just let the game of baseball play itself. You know what I'm saying? Like that was my thing. And so I used to watch a lot of Angel games, and now I can tell you, man, I hardly ever watch them because I cannot stand those announcers, dude. So I'm hoping Matt comes in and does his thing, is who he is, and I could watch a couple games. I
can't wait
watch
to hear
out and.
I can't wait to hear Santa Maria. It's out of here.
Right.
I received your message that you told me earlier, but can he pitch? Honestly, I don't know if he can. I don't know if he can, but I doubt he's going to be doing that. He's going to be announcing the games. Santa Maria. He's going to be announcing. All right.
The Angels got everything but what they really needed was
everybody, dude. John Boy, all those guys over there, every ESPN, MLB, everybody, even us. We've been saying the same thing since the end of the season. We need pitching. Oh, wait, we signed so-and-so? All right, maybe we can get so-and-so instead. Oh, no, we signed this guy? Well, what if we went and got... Oh, we got that guy? What about this? We need pitching. We need pitching.
We need pitching? All right, let's get a shortstop. We need pitching? All right, let's get a new announcer. We need pitching? Let's get Pujols out of here hitting. We need pitching? What else we left, man? What else can we do besides pitching? I feel like, I don't know, man. I don't know, but I do like him, dude. Like I said, man, I hope he makes the broadcast better because you said Gooby's still going to be there though with him, right?
it'll be Gubaza, it'll be Moda, and it'll be him. And then when he's on like Sunday Night Baseball or MLB Network, then what's his name? The boy Sutton will be Darren Sutton will be taking over for him on those games. So, okay. But it'll be nice to hear him. I mean, I always enjoy watching the games when he's announcing them. Him and, what's the other guy's name that was on MLB Network? Younger cat, really excitable. He always does the main stuff there, but I gotta find his name and then I'll let you know for next one. But I really enjoy listening to them call games because they do keep it fucking even keel, you know what I mean? I think Vasgersion brings a little more West Coast love than most of the other guys. They usually stay on the East Coast, and it is East Coast bias when it comes to ESPN and freaking MLB Network. So hopefully he brings a little some back from the West Coast. So here we go. Speaking of pitching, somebody we didn't get, but I know you want to give him to us. Trevor Bauer made news the other day for striking someone out with one eye closed, saying afterward, if I can strike him out with one eye closed, then I know I can get him with two eyes. The very next start, Bean's a guy trying to do the same thing. Artie,
one eye gimmick, that you're saying on
it's a fucking one eye gimmick. Are you fucking kidding me? It's a social media play. Artie, I know you're not a fan of him. Tell me how you really feel.
Jeez, man. Oh, I've told you. I wish he would have gone to your team. That way he stays away from the NL and any kind of real competition we would have. Because I mean, it would help your team, hit 500 for once, and, like I was happy. I really wanted him to go to your team. And I'm like, man, he's that dude that, I don't know, man. I really just, I hope he starts doing better and starts doing all these stupid antics that he always does. Like, this is what I did not, why, like stupid little things like this, why I did not want him on the team, Yeah. And on that Twitter post that I had sent you, right underneath it, some dude put it exactly how I was feeling. He's like, man, I'm a huge Dodgers fan, but jeez, this guy makes it so hard for us to like him.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, man, yeah.
Well, the Dodgers, and this comes from somebody who is not a fan, right? But the Dodgers have always been soft-spoken, I think, with the media, with social media being, a big thing right now, but they've always been very soft-spoken on that end, very respectful, very down-to-earth and stuff like that, and they haven't really had somebody to come out and do that, and if they have had somebody pop up like that, they usually ship them out pretty quickly. Yeah. So, I mean, he's getting big money year 1, year 2, and 3, you're like, but so you might see a 1-year dip, let me grab some cash and get the hell out of here. And maybe the Dodgers go, hey, man, like, thanks, but no thanks anymore.
Yeah. And it's funny because I think of all the fan bases that were really chasing him, how he was, like, trying to get out. The Dodgers were probably the least fan base that wanted him. You know what I'm saying?
Honestly.
They were probably like, because everyone else, like the Angels, come on, man, you're from SoCal, come on, down the street.
I think the Angels fans convinced him to go to the Dodgers.
Yeah, bro. And, like the Mets and the White Sox really wanted him bad, And, I mean, they were going hardcore, and I was really cheering for, like a White Sox or an Angels team, of course, I didn't want the Mets because they're still in the NL. But I was like, dude, I felt like that's when you know it's just a money grab, dude. He just went to the highest bidder, you know?
Yeah.
Like he went to the highest bidder. It wasn't like, oh yeah, it's because the fans convinced me to go over here. Nah,
Well,
bro. Like
he almost went to the Mets, but because somebody fucked up his website. So I mean, that goes to show you how committed he was to either team. He was it was a straight play on money. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Here's a big thing now, Artie, and I know you're a big baseball nut, dude. So some of these rules that the MLB is trying to roll out with in the minor leagues, it brings into question like the purity of the game, I guess. I don't think of anybody else more fitted to answer some of these questions about some of these rules that are coming in than you, as a former sports writer, as a fucking baseball player, as a baseball fan. And let's get into it, all right? MLB yesterday outlined a list of experimental rules that they plan to implement at different minor league levels this coming up season, including banning some forms of the defensive shift, bringing in an electronic strike zone in select games in the Low A Southeast League, a 15-second pitch clock in the Low A on the West Side, limiting how many pickoffs moves at a time. So, like, if you got a runner on first, the pitcher can only go to first so many times during that one at bat or whatever before he can't do it anymore. Larger bases, they're actually increasing the size of the bases. In AAA, bases are going to be 3 inches longer on each side, so you're looking at a larger base to be able to, when you get stealing and stuff like that. So I think they're trying to get more people moving on the bases. Now, we'll come back to the question I have about that one, Artie, for you, but more on the rules. In Double-A games, all the 4 infielders are required to have both feet in the infield or on the infield dirt in hopes of preventing extreme shifts when you have, like, everybody on one side, midway outfield and stuff like that. All 4 of them have to be, for the first, second, shortstop, and third, have to have their both feet inside the dirt. I think that's really, really awesome. Where's the other one? Depending on the results, the second half of the season can make more drastic change, where there must be 2 infielders on each side of second base, which is something we talked about, making sure like how many times they could do the shift and this and that, yada yada, but making sure they have to be on the dirt and they have to be 2 on each side of the base. I think that would be pretty awesome. These rule changes are set to begin in May and will be studied closely for potential adaptation into the major leagues. Now, rolling back, my question to you, Artie, is Rickey Henderson's all-time steals record in jeopardy with the larger bases? How many people have been picked off within less than 3 inches away from getting to the bag and getting there safe? Do you think that Rickey Henderson's career base stolen is in jeopardy? And do you think a lot more people are going to start stealing bases if this makes it to the big leagues?
Hell no. Maybe I think they might start running more, but ain't nobody touching Ricky's. The game's different now, dude. The game ain't like how it used to be. There's no way anybody touches Ricky's numbers. That's not the kind of player that brings, I guess, fans to the games anymore. You know, it's a long ball. Chicks dig the long ball, right? Like that's what it's all about, dude. So I don't think anybody's ever gonna touch Ricky's record. Because Rickey came in and just obliterated the records that were there before him. And that's how the game was played before him. You know what I'm saying? And he came in and just demolished them. And ever since then, the game's never even been the same since he left. Okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who's the last? There's never been 100 stolen base guy since he's left. I dare you, okay? I dare you to give me the next highest number of stolen bases, and I'll even give you a hint: over under 70.
D. Gordon. I'm gonna go with
since he's left.
Huh?
Since he's left, you think D. Gordon?
I think D. Gordon, because there was like 1 or 2 years where he was just stealing shit left and right, and he's stupid, small, skinny, and fast, right? I want to say, fuck. I'm going to go with under, but I think he's in the high 60s. Yeah. What do we got, Mon Capitan?
Let's get in a career here. I actually would agree with you. I would think it is him for single season. Um, single season. But I would think it's him as well too. But on average, the single season leader is what in the 50s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Billy Hamilton would be another one.
but not way up there that number.
Mm-hmm.
Is this right?
What's it say?
Ricky, I don't know. It must be way back when. Some dude had 139 one time.
Holy shit! What year?
I don't recognize the name. It says Hugh Nicole.
Probably had
138.
one great year, and that was that.
Oh, there's an Artie in there. Artie's the number 3 all time.
Orale.
Yeah, right. And then 2 names I recognize. Ricky's number 2 and Lou Brock. But I think that has to be like some kind of, I don't
It's got to be like all time.
like, not, it says 1887.
Ay, chinga su madre.
Yeah. And then that dude, Artie, is 1887. See, look, way back when. Michael Cayo, way back when, huh? Right? Man. I gotta look at year by year, bro. But I don't think it's gonna be touched. I really don't think it's gonna be touched,
Yeah.
Any
I mean, because
I
it's
don't
basically
even
making the base paths.
100.
It's making the base paths 6 inches closer, going from first to second into third. Home plate won't be different, but it'll be 3 inches closer from third to home and home to first. So we could see some closer plays now.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Do you think if it goes up to the big leagues, we see a couple more people trying to steal home? Like I said, it's always a bang play, and it's always like an inch here, an inch there. It's a game of inches, as what's his name said in Any Given Sunday. It's a game of inches. They're out there everywhere.
Hey, what's up with why did he switch D Gordon switch his name to D Strange Gordon?
Oh,
What's up with that?
That's your boy.
So, and I thought my over under was 70, right? So the number was 70 in terms of that. Wow, we've had a couple. So Jacoby Ellsbury had 70 steals one
Holy
time
shit.
in 2009. Jose Reyes had 78 one year with the Mets. Scott Podsednik 70. But I dare say I haven't seen 80 since Ricky Anderson. I dare say I'm looking. Kenny Lofton 75.
Where's Billy H and where's D?
Marquise Grissom had 78.
Holy Christ.
And 76. I remember that dude. That dude hit with the Little Thunder too. Vince Coleman. Okay. All right. Well, here. Wow, but it's during Ricky's time though. So Vince Coleman's so underrated though within that. Because Ricky Henderson was still playing, but Vince Coleman had 109, 107,
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, see, we haven't even seen, since Ricky's left the game, we've never seen higher than 75, I think. 78. Jose Reyes was 78. That's it. So yeah, bro, ain't nobody going to touch it because you're telling me somebody has to double that number, bro. Not even like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen 78. Someone would have to double 70 just to break Ricky's record. Because Ricky has 130.
You'd have to go and look at attempts versus actually making the steal, and the ones that those people got caught stealing. How many were bang plays that were just inches from being safe? Because and like I said, there's going to be 6 inches closer from bag to bag going first to second to third. So, I mean, 6 inches is a lot, dude. That's half a foot closer.
She said.
Yeah. That's why I love you, compa. I think we might. Do you think? Okay. Ricky Henderson's single season doesn't fall, but do you think we see a 90 steal at some point if it makes to the majors?
I'd be happy to see an 80. Forget it. We haven't seen 80s since the 80s. We haven't seen 80s since the 80s, bro. So, man,
all right. So, what do you think of these rules?
I think we'll see more 20 stolen base seasons. How about that?
A lot more people trying.
Yeah, I think we'll see a lot more people trying. Cause like Mike Trout, bro, like I thought Mike Trout was a shoe-in to be the next 40-40 guy.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm like, that dude ain't never gonna get 40-40.
Do you get the home run? No, I honestly, I know 5 years ago, maybe.
I thought for sure he was out like, oh, dude, he's the next dude. He's the next dude. He's going to be 40-40 for sure. Like, I had hands down, like, dude, my money, boom, throw 100 on that. That dude's hitting 40-40 at some point in his career. And now it's like, damn, he's not running. What's going on? Watch you like run more. What would happen? You know, like.
Well, Madden's had in spring training, granted, Madden's had everybody running. So, except for Pujols. He can't speed walk without getting hurt.
Right.
But
I think Ronald Acuna is the next dude that goes 40-40. If I had to put my money on somebody, I think he's the next dude to go 40-40. I'm trying to think of some other dudes that run really well that hit with power. I think Acuna's got to be up there for sure. Mm-hmm. For sure. I guess Cody Ballinger could go 40-40 if he fucking
what
gets
about
that 3
Tatis?
inches.
You think Tatis can make it?
I think he could get the running part. I don't think he gets the 40 home runs, man. He's a little Flacco. He just hits with the loud power, you know? But I don't think he gets the 40 home runs. I think he's a high 30s guy, you know? And I think when he finally does break the 40 home runs, I don't think he's going to be running that much, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he could not. I think if he hits the 40 home runs, he's not going to be anywhere close to the 40 stolen bases, you know?
Yeah. All right, so
it's just too much wear and tear for the position he plays.
So, of these rules that we were talking about right here, what do you think has the best opportunity to make it to the majors? And what do you want to see in the majors?
God, I love that having the I can't even see it in here by the way he puts stuff, but I heard you say it where the players got to have their feet on the dirt.
Yeah.
Man, I thought that was awesome. I would love to see that. And me and you already talked about having two dudes on both sides of
second
each
base.
bag.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you know, like you got to have their, like, sure, get them all the way over as much as you want, go for it, but they cannot go to the other side of the base. You know, like I'm all with that. I really like that. And man, to me, the new thing that I heard that just got me all like giddy and stuff is definitely hearing the cleats on dirt. You know, because that's what infielders are, bro. That's what separates infielders from outfielders is playing on dirt as opposed to being on the grass.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I always loved about being an infielder, you know, was having my feet in the dirt compared to the grass.
I'm with you.
So I really like that. I really like it. I think the one that does get to the pros is probably the second base one. Mm-hmm. I don't know about the dirt one, but definitely the second base one. Because realistically, a lot of second basemen, bro, when the lefty comes up, bro, we're not in the dirt. You know, we're not in the dirt. You know, we're always in the grass. So it's like one of those, like, bro, you're putting them in danger, you know, type of team. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah, I got you.
So that's why I'm like, I think it's cool. I don't see that one flying because, damn, those lefties are dangerous, bro. It's different from a righty because shortstop's usually like the best athlete, if not the center fielder, but shortstop's generally the best athlete on the field. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So them being on the dirt when a right-hander is hitting is nothing like that's new to them. But a second baseman is not always the best athlete on the field. And when a lefty's up, those lefties just crank the ball a little bit extra, you know? So, man, dude, I don't see that one flying. But yeah, so I think the second base rule is the one that really, I think, does make it eventually to the pros. How long? I don't know, but I think eventually they got to see it, and they're going to do it. Baseball has always been pretty good about proactive about trying to change the game a little bit here and there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think?
I hate the timing rules, all the 15-second shot, pitch clock, the limiting pickoff moves. I've never seen anybody be excessive with the pickoff moves. The one I did like was the visits to the mound. Mm-hmm. I know it sounded stupid, but dude, the Cardinals were one team that I really thought abused that rule. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like,
bro, they would go talk like for every pitch. It was just stupid. So I really liked when they had done that one because I was like, oh, thank you. Finally, they should call it the Cardinal rule, you know?
I'm with you there. What do you think about the electric strike zone?
I mean, if it gets that dude, what's the name? Angel
Hernandez
out of the league, go for it, bro. Because that dude is atrocious,
terrible,
as you like to say.
Terrible.
I mean, dude, you know, it's funny. Did you see the commenting where he had like, so they threw it right down the middle, and then the announcer said, Well, Angel Hernandez is in midseason form already.
I did. I saw that. That was hilarious.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. I mean, I'm all for it, dude. Like, players just want accuracy and consistency, you know?
Yeah.
Like, why not? You know? Well, why not?
I
And I wish they would give like the umpires a headset, bro. Like, where if they still want to be a part of it, just give them a little like thing where it said, "Hey, bro, that was a strike." You know? Does that make sense? Like,
I would when I was writing this, one of my big things was I'd love to see what the umpires would have to say about this. But doing a little bit of research, they were actually the ones to bring this up. It was supposed to happen in the minors last year, but because of the whole COVID thing and the minor league system got shut down, it didn't happen. So they're rolling it over into this year. So I thought they'd be up in arms, like, dude, bro, you can't replace an ump. Like, that's just part of the game. But I think they're hoping that it goes out there and it fails.
yeah,
or it takes too much time, and then they're like, okay, can we stop talking about an electric strike zone now? Like, get the fuck out of here with that shit. I think that's where they're going with that, but we'll have to wait and see. I don't like it. I think maybe use it in the ninth inning in close games. You can only use it, like, you have to like throw a flag out there. You only get one shot to pick which one you want them to check, and then that's that. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna get really touchy-feely with that.
I think the umpires do a real good job on the base pass and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah.
Let them stick to that and let's get an automatic strike zone, bro. Like, that's what makes the game great, you know? And then there's just no controversy around it.
I kind of like the arguments, though, when they get like a close one. Like,
But Angel Hernandez is so bad.
At some point, the umpires organization or their union needs to go, all right, Angel, you got to go, bro. We're tired.
Yeah, but remember he was like he was suing like Major League Baseball because he wasn't selected
defamation,
like to be umpire for the playoffs and blah. Like, bro, you suck balls. They don't have anything against you like as a Mexican or whatever, right? Isn't he Mexican or something like that? Which is the worst part, right? So it's like, dude, nobody has anything against you about being of your heritage. It's you suck. You suck balls, bro, as an umpire. You are like one of the worst umpires. And that's another thing, Brent, why I would like this. A lot of these umpires have this I can't think of the word, but basically we're a superiority complex, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Where they're like trying to pick fights with players, bro, and to kick them out.
Like you're gonna try and show me up? Get out of here.
Yeah, Joe West is the worst one. And what does it stand from, Brent? It always stands from the strike zone. Always, bro. Imagine if they just eliminated that part, how much of the ego of umpires would go away?
Yeah.
Like, just for that, I want it, bro, because I've dealt with umpires as a coach and as a player where you're like, dude, like, hey, man, that pitch wasn't even close. Like, how can you make that call right now and then it affects the rest of my at bat, or like be consistent. You didn't call that last inning on me, and then you called it this inning, or you called it against them, but not against me. Blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be consistent. You eliminate that part, bro, and you eliminate one of the worst parts of baseball.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, even me who loves baseball, dude, that's the worst part. Is the umpires having like a superiority complex on a lot of these players. And what happens, bro, like the players are one always get suspended. How come these umpires never get suspended when they blow a call so bad that it affects everything? And,
or not only that, but also like get fined.
Yeah, get fined, or they're the ones that start the confrontation with the player. Like, dude, they're the ones that push the players too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the thing is, they don't realize how much they affect the player's bag, right, of money, like of their lifestyle, right? Like, dude, that's why they take it so personal. It's like, dude, you're affecting my livelihood. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're over here like because you don't want to be shown up because you made such a bad call, type of thing. You know?
Yeah.
Like, and Joe West, I feel, is like the one that is always trying to like go say something. Just look at my way, you know?
Yeah.
And he's had players where they just even looked at him and he like kicked them out. You know what I'm saying? Like, just dumb stuff. And that stuff that I'm like, dude, I could deal with getting those dudes out because there is no repercussions for these umpires. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's none, dude. None.
Right on. We got a couple more things to touch on before we get out of here, guys. Sleepers and breakout players. Let's talk about our predictions for the NL and AL MVP and Cy Young Award in both leagues, respectively. How do you want to play this, Artie?
So what made me throw that out there was doing my fantasy draft this week, my first one, right? I'm doing two. Actually, I want to create another league, and I want to kind of get in on it, get it going. I'll probably look into it this weekend. I want to do a Powerball league. Remember I told you about it?
Yeah.
And so I got to get that going and invite the friends I want to invite and stuff like that. I want to get 10 people in it. And it's kind of easier way of fantasy baseball, not as hands-on, right? Still hands-on, but not as much. So anyways, I have my first league, and these get complicated. So I'm in like a salary cap league, and it's a 4-player keeper, right? So my 4 players that I'm keeping in this salary cap league, I'm keeping Fernando Tatis, which means I have to pay his damn new contract, obviously, right? Walker Buehler,
Okay.
Zach Plesac, and I know who it is, but I'm drawing a blank on his name. But the dude from the Brewers, he was the number 2 pitcher this past year. He had Corbin Burns, I think is his name. But I mean, he was pretty insane, dude. He was really good. And the reason is because of where I slot them and stuff like that. You keep them in around later than when they were drafted. And Zach Plesac and Corbin Burns were both undrafted for me, so I get them at my last 2 picks of the draft. And Walker Buehler was undrafted a few years ago. So my last 3 picks in the draft are literally those 3 pitchers. And then Tatis, I think, is like a 16th rounder for me, which he's going as the number 1, number 2, 1 through 3 pick over on the draft this year. You know, so I'm getting like steals for all these dudes. Yeah. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So it got me thinking, like, okay, who are some dudes, you know, we're looking at this year? You know, who's going to be the dudes? You know, who we looking at for NL MVP, AL MVP, you know, type of thing. Yeah, man. So I want to get your thoughts.
What do you want to go? You want to go MVP, or do you want to go Cy Young, and then do you want to go American or National? What do you want to do?
Well, how about I go first for the NLs, and you go first for the ALs, since you're such a big homer.
Right on. Okay. I won't be picking anybody for my as far as the Cy Young goes. MVP, I'll pick somebody other than Trout.
All right. I'm gonna say this, put it on the record. Trout will never win another MVP. Blasphemy.
You heard it today, boys and girls, and others.
Yeah, I just think he's gonna get that LeBron James syndrome. Yeah, where unless his team really actually does something,
let's just give it to somebody else because we've had him there enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
So NL MVP. You know, I call me crazy, dude, but Corey Seeger is looking damn good this spring. And everybody's talking about like him carrying over what he did in the postseason. And I'm normally not one to buy the hype or drink the Kool-Aid within my own team and stuff. But bro, they ain't wrong. They ain't wrong. He's been looking like sexy out there, bro. And he's in a walking year. And those are always kind of like the right ingredients, you know what I'm saying? Like to get these dudes going. But having said that, I'm going to go with Juan Soto from the Washington Nationals. I just think he's a beast, bro. I think he's a modern day Ted Williams.
Iron Horse.
I think no, he's not the Iron Horse. The Splendid Splinter is Ted Williams. The Iron Horse is Lou Gehrig, yeah. Lou Gehrig.
Oh, Lou Gehrig, okay.
Lou Gehrig. So the Splendid Splinter is Ted Williams. So I'm going Juan Soto, man. I really like that dude. I think that team bounces back this year, has a much better season. And Juan Soto is just going to go bonkers. Let me tell you, if I have a top 3, top 5 pick, I want that guy, man. I want that guy everywhere.
Well, just to let you know, Vegas Insider has Corey Seager
you're a cheater.
As number 11.
Okay.
It's Corey Seager as number 11. Top 15,
haters
top 20.
Gonna hate.
Players gonna play. But 2 of the top 3 are LA Dodgers. I know you can probably guess which 2 those are.
I like Bats, of course, because he plays defense and you know he wrecks havoc on the bases, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Bellinger, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
It's Soto, Betts, and Bellinger top 3. Acuna and Tatis rolling out the top 5.
so I love Bellinger, but I think he's overrated. For they're like he's just not consistent, and that for me, being inconsistent makes you overrated. And don't get me wrong, I'm a fan of him. He's on my damn team. I like the guy. I just think he's overrated.
I mean, you can't go wrong with Juan Soto. You can't go wrong with Mookie Betts. You can't go wrong with Bellinger. Of the 3 top picks, I mean, you're right. Soto is just basically going to run away with it unless, God forbid, knock on wood, he gets injured. I think that Betts for sure, maybe Tatis make a good run for it, but I do think Juan Soto, what you said, he's just an all-around amazing freaking player. I pulled this up because I was like, okay, I don't want to just say Soto or Betts or something like that. So I just wanted to see who else was in the mix there. Real Muto, I would have said, but he hurt his thumb. Who else? Freeman, but then, nunca sabe uno con él. So, I mean, I like Betts. Betts is a safe bet. Pun intended. I'm going to go with the safe bet with Mookie.
Oh, so you're taking a Dodger. Interesting. Yeah,
it's the National League. But, regardless of I'm taking a Dodger, Mookie Betts is just that good. You can't say no to that. I mean, I think Tatis is good, but I don't think he's there yet. I think in another year or two, he's looking at top 5 as far as winning an MVP. But I think he needs another year, maybe 2, when he's really in there. But I got to hedge my bets and go with Mookie.
All right. So who would you say is your sleeper pick for the NL MVP? A dude that's not up there?
Honestly, Yelich. I think I think Yelich comes back. He won it before, didn't he?
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think
3 years. 3
years ago. I know last year he wasn't really. I don't remember if he played or whatever happened, but I just like Yelich, man. He's just one of those everyday solid guys. I think he has a bounce back year, and he's in the mix at the end of the year for NL MVP. That's my sleeper pick.
Okay, my sleeper pick is Francisco Lindor from the Mets. If that dude takes them and wins that division, and has, a 30-30 year, which he's very capable of, MVP.
You want to know something funny?
What?
You and I picked the 8 and number 9 guy.
Oh, okay. So
Lindor's 8. Lindor's 8, and then Yelich is number 9. So they're right there. So I think we both picked some pretty good sleepers.
Right. Yeah. There you go.
All right. So we did National League. Here comes the American League. I guess I will go first, and I promised I would not pick Mike Trout. I think Mike Trout still has the ability to be in their top 3 conversation at the end of the year. I honestly think that he has opportunity to win, but I think it's somebody else on that team that has the opportunity to go ahead and take one. I'm gonna go. Shit, man. I want to say Anthony Rendon, but are you done?
Yeah.
All right. Are you sure? Are you sure?
You don't say so.
Honestly, I think losing some weight, putting on some muscle, and getting his game straight, I think Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has a really good shot.
He has a sleeper big. I like that. I would have took him as a sleeper, but not as a main dude.
Well, Mike Trout's my main dude.
I'm not even looking at the numbers that you are, or whatever the rankings. So it's got to be. So we got to think divisions, right? So the West is going to be won by either the Astros or the A's. The Central is going to be won by the
Indians or Chicago.
Maybe the Twins. And then the East is going to be the Yankees or the Yankees. So I'm going to go with, I think Gleyber might come back and have the year that everybody thought he was going to have last year. But he doesn't feel like a safe pick for me, taking him.
You want to take him as a sleeper?
I think I might take him as as a sleeper type of thing.
Okay.
Because but that team's going to be good, man.
Yeah, the Yankees look solid.
They're going to be real damn good.
Fuck you, Evan.
Jeez.
You give me all these noises and random sounds. I need a name, bro.
I know. It's because I'm floating between two guys, dude.
Well, give me both of them.
And they're both kind of sleepers, though. But I really think if Luis Robert from the White Sox puts it together, man, that guy's like, he's filthy, dude. If he hits like 280, 290, that means he's going to drop like 40 bombs and 120 freaking RBIs and 100 runs scored and like 30 steals, bro. Like, and I'm not even exaggerating. Like, those are numbers, but he has to hit like 280. Last year, he hit like 220 and dropped like 20. Was he at 20 home runs? I don't know if he was at 20, but he was like high teens. And I'm like, damn, you get your batting average up a little bit more and your on base percentage, you're going to be an animal. And he won a gold glove. You know, he was the gold glove center fielder over Mike Trout, who didn't make a, like 10 or something. So, like, that comes into the equation. And I think they're going to win the division. You know what I'm saying? So, like, yeah, I'm going to take both of those dudes. I'm going to take them as, like, one my sleeper. You pick whichever one you want as a sleeper. But I'm going to take Gleyber and I'm going to take Luis Robert.
On the list, they're 9 and 10. Luis Robert just ahead of Gleyber Torres.
Who they got 1 and 2?
They have Mike Trout, Bregman, and then they got Judge, Jose Ramirez, and Matt Chapman right now off the top 5. Rendon at number 6, Abreu at number 7, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. at number 8.
Bro, I'm telling you, Trout's not going to win it, man, because his team's not winning. And people are over like giving awards.
Look,
for just
man,
stats, you know
I love Mike Trout. You know this. You've seen my garage. You've seen the whole 9 yards. But I think he's in the mix, top 3 at the end of the year. I honestly do, but I don't think he wins.
He's at top 5 for sure. Easy, no doubt.
But I'm gonna go with Rendon, who is number 6 on the list, and then Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Vlad would have a shot because he might win the division, but fucking Rendon ain't gonna do shit. You know?
Right.
I mean, it's just a homer pick, and I didn't even pick homers for the NLs. But I mean, how are you going to be an MVP and not win a division? Trout, the last MVP that he won is the time that they won made the wild card, right?
No, they lost that year. They didn't make the playoffs that year.
The last time he won the MVP?
They haven't been to the playoffs since like 14.
I know, but I don't remember when's the last time.
His last one he won like in 17 or 18. They haven't won the division in forever, bro. Let's just
I know. I said make the playoffs. Yeah.
Let's talk about the Cy Young Awards here. Let's go into the National League, Mr. Artie. Since it's the National League, you get to go first, sir.
This one is a homer pick because I've told you I think this dude's gonna break out if he stays healthy. If his finger is stupid blisters, right? I think Walker Buehler's on the verge of breaking out, bro. Like, I think that dude's about to hit like stardom, you know?
Yeah.
He's so electric, and he reminds me of like Orr Hershiser. Like, he is just so tough out there. He's not the biggest of dudes, and Hershiser was never the biggest of dudes either. But damn, he's tough. You know what I'm saying? And he has electric stuff. You saw that in the playoffs. You know, even when his command wasn't there, he was still just controlling the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think he's really on the verge. And again, this is not being a homer. It's just a dude watching a dude play. I think he's on the verge of putting it all together for a dominant season. And I think this is going to be the year he wins the MVP. Because a lot of that weight is off their shoulders. And you just play a hell of a lot better, bro, when you don't have all that weight on your shoulders, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So,
who's your sleeper?
Wait. Well, we're going switch and switch.
Oh, one at a time. I am gonna pick somebody who went from the American League to the National League. He is a California person now, but I'm gonna go with Blake Snell, and let me tell you why. I think he's gonna come off of what happened last year, them pulling him, possibly keeping them in the game to win the World Series or at least win that game, and now he's gonna play the Dodgers 20 times a year. I think he comes out and uses that chip that's definitely on his shoulder, and I think Blake Snell takes the NL Cy Young.
Like that? He's won a Cy Young before.
He has.
He's won a Cy Young.
Top 5 right now is DeGrom, Bauer, Scherzer, Buehler at number 4, and Yu Darvish rounding off the top 5 in San Diego. Blake Snell coming in at 7, and then you said, Walker Buehler at number 4. Who's your sleeper?
My sleeper. Who's a dude that could break out and just be dominant this year? Let's see. I always like to start thinking of division. I like that dude, Luis Castillo from the Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah.
I think he's asleep because it's got to be a dude that I could easily say DeGrom, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, well, he's not a sleeper. I think Castillo could be a dude that's a sleeper. Damn, that's what Buehler was last year. He was a sleeper pick, to win it. And he ended up winning it. So, I think Castillo might be my sleeper pick. I think who's in the NL Central that I really like. Maybe Max Fried, man. Max Fried was pretty damn good last year, too. He was in the running as well, too. Maybe a full year under his belt. Castillo, Fried. Who's in the East over there?
I know my pick's coming out of the East. My sleeper pick's coming out of the East.
What teams we got in the East? We got the Mets. We got the Braves are in the East, right?
Yeah. Miami.
And
Philadelphia.
And Philly. Eflin is from Philly.
Aaron Nola in Philly is pretty good.
Yeah, Nola's good. So I'll stay away from over there because I like I like Stroman over there with the Mets,
Mm-hmm.
And I like Max Fried. I really like Max Fried with Atlanta.
With Atlanta, yeah.
Yeah, the Central was in the Central. Who we got in the Central? Brewers?
Milwaukee, Cincy, the
Cardinals and Cubs.
Yeah,
Cardinals and Cubs. I don't see there being a sleeper out of the Cardinals and Cubs.
Jack Flattery.
Jack, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jack, yeah, he's been on the cusp. He could be definitely a sleeper for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think from and I had somebody in mind right now too. Who did we say again was in the Central?
We had St. Louis, Cincinnati, the Cubbies, and I'm trying to think of who else is in Central, and it's not coming to mind.
We just had it, and it's that other team. They're going to be they're going to have a sleeper. Oh, the Brewers. Yeah, my dude, Corbin. That dude, Corbin Burns.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that guy's pretty filthy, Brent. He is, for his strikeout ratio and all that, whoo, he is dirty.
He's not even on the list of their top, 25, I think.
Bro, he is nasty. Let me double check. But I'm still gonna go with Luis Castillo. I'm just gonna throw him out there because I really think he's on the verge soon.
Okay, I'm going with the East Coast team down south East Coast. My cousin over there, Sixto Sanchez. He's got some power, and he's got some power, and he's got some really good command. I think he looked really good in a couple games that I saw him last year, and people have been talking about him. People have been saying, "Hey, man, don't sleep on Sixto." You know what I mean? But so that's going to be my guy. I think Sixto comes up, and he's at least a top 5 in the NL Cy Young talks.
Okay. So the dude I was thinking of is Corbin Burns, his exact name of the Brewers. Man, that dude, he was pretty damn good, man. Last year in a shortened season, he was 4-1 with the 2.1 ERA and 80 strikeouts, bro. 88. Man, that's a lot of strikeouts, Brent. A lot of strikeouts. If he puts it together, he's pretty damn nasty, Again, I'm not banking on him, but he's out there. He's a sleeper. I put him out there as a sleeper for sure.
Okay.
All right.
Let's get into the American League Cy Young Award. I mean, you'd be dumb not to throw out like Garrett Cole or Shane Bieber. Shit, man. I think honestly. What's his name from the White Sox? I can't pronounce his last name. He's fucking staring me in the face right now. Lucas Cleoto? Cleoto, yeah. Cleoto, whatever. It's one word I can't say. I think he has the opportunity. The White Sox look really good. They came out this offseason and picked up some good players, and I think they're going to be in the hunt for that Central Division. I like Lucas, man. He's got a good arm, nice and strong. He'd be good to go.
Okay.
What you got for the winner?
Uh, man. Beaverface is a dude that I feel like is a dude that's gonna repeat. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just that damn good. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Like yeah, I just think he's so good right now, and he's in his prime, like literally like in his prime, where I don't think anybody's better than him right now.
Yeah.
Um, I think he's a dude that repeats. If I ever saw a repeat dude, I think it's him. You know, it's got to be him or Garrett Cole because I think Garrett Cole is hungry to get one.
Well, they're
You know
one
what I'm
and
saying?
two.
Yeah, I know they're 1-2, but geez, uh, man, I'm gonna say Garrett gets one this year, the local boy, because he's a SoCal guy. I'm gonna go with
Mm-hmm.
Garrett.
Who's your sleeper?
I say, oh, sleepers, that's tough, man. I
I
don't have a dude that really stands out over there though. You know, that's like, man, he comes out and just dominates and really great. I think a dude that he just plays on a tough division, but I like him. I like Tyler Glanslow
mm-hmm.
from
Tampa
Tampa
Bay.
Bay. I really like him. But I mean, is he really a sleeper? You know, but I mean, he's pretty damn good, and he's gonna have to be the ace of that staff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's definitely going
I
to see
think,
25 starts easily.
yeah. So I mean, Tyler's a dude I really like. If we're talking like a name that comes out of nowhere type of thing, mm, Oakland always has a pitcher or two, man, that just comes out and just dominates. So maybe Jesus Luzardo,
Yeah.
he's a lefty. He's really damn good too. Um, if he does what he's supposed to do, I mean, he comes out, yeah, man, and it's a weak division, so he might get the good numbers that you need. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he might be a dude that comes out and gets a Cy Young. Um, yeah, man, those would be my dudes, man. I guess. Trying to think. I
My,
mean, Chris Sale could have a bounce back year, man. He was hurt and stuff like that. He's been kind of trying to recover. He's got dominant stuff too if he comes back and wins another Cy Young. But again, he plays in a tough division. That team's not that good, you know.
mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know.
My sleeper to come out and do some work, Lance Lynn from Chicago White Sox. I just think, like I said, the White Sox just have a really strong team. To be honest with you, I'm gonna go with one with Lucas and then with Lance coming in at my sleeper pick. I just think they have a really solid squad. Let's not beat around the bush. The White Sox, unless they shoot themselves in the feet, are going to be in the mix come playoff time. My super duper ultra in a coma sleeper pick is Shohei Ohtani. If he stays healthy, hey, like I said, it's my deep sleep in a coma sleeper pick, Shohei Ohtani. Gurgle with it all you want, buddy, but that's my coma pick. What else we got going on? That's pretty much we're at the end here,
I'm
buddy.
not talking about those. All right, so if you had the number one overall pick in fantasy baseball, who would you go with?
Soto right now.
I'm gonna go with either Acuna or Tatis.
I would go Soto, Tatis, Acuna, Trout.
Remember, in fantasy baseball, you need stats. You know, need all around numbers.
Yeah.
But you know, you can't go wrong with that. Honestly, I think this year's top four are like gold, bro. Like Trout, man, even top five, I guess. You know, because Betts would be in the top five right there. You know, like all those dudes are pretty easy to pick. You know. So yeah. So but remember, good. Yeah. So for me, I'm not gonna have a shot at all those because Acuna is a keeper, Soto's a keeper. I have Tatis, so Tatis is a keeper. So then we're looking at Trout, who's not a keeper, so he's the number one overall pick in our league, right? Because the other dudes are already being kept, and Betts would be probably the number two pick. So then I'm at the number five. I would still probably take Trout, man. He's just kind of a safer pick, you know. Mm-hmm. I mean, Betts does run a little more than Trout though, so I don't know. I don't know either one. It's probably just a matter of what team you're a fan of. You know, like Joe, my buddy Joe Lasky, he's got the number one pick, and he's probably going with Trout. You know,
Yeah.
but he's talking about that. He likes Betts, so if I had to bet on it, I think he's gonna go on Betts just
Okay.
because he likes the local boys. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know who's gonna be there at number 5 for me, so we'll see. All right, two last things I want to make quick touches on because
All
I
right.
know you're over here. You're like with the little broom and stuff like that, and the whistle, and they're trying to shoo you off the stage and stuff, right?
Well, we only have so much recording time that I can upload,
Sure.
and we're
Yeah.
about 10 minutes from that. No
damn.
return.
Oh, damn. Okay, the last two. Netflix has a great documentary called Last Chance U. A lot of people know it for the football ones, right?
Yeah.
But they have a basketball one, and check this out, Brent. It is ELAC. ELAC basketball, East LA College. Whose alma mater is that? Whose alma mater is that?
My compadre.
That's right. That's right. Your compadre played little JUCO baseball there. I didn't play basketball. But it's real cool because it is my alma mater, you know. I graduated from there. I got my associate's degree and transferred out to Cal State Fullerton. And I was hooked instantly the second I saw. Well, the second I saw it was a different sport than football. I felt like it got played out a little bit too much with football, you know? And they switched over basketball. And not only did they switch it basketball, it was East LA, our backyard, bro. Like, and my alma mater. Like, I'm instantly, like, hooked.
Instantly a fan.
Yeah, instant. So, pretty cool story, too. Two of our coaches from the school I teach at actually make a little guest appearance in it in the background on episode number 2 at around the 12-minute marker. It's Coach Rome, which is a boys head basketball coach at our school, makes a guest appearance on it. And another one is breaking news. I'm not sure if you saw, but J-Lo and A-Rod are no mas.
J-Lo has completed the Thanos gauntlet of engagement rings.
That is funny.
Beware her final form.
Yeah, man. But it's one of those, like, did you not see this coming? And rumor has it that A-Rod cheated on her. And his bro, he cheated on baseball? And you thought he was going to be faithful to you? Good luck with that.
Imagine if they had won the bid to get the Marlins or the Mets. I forget which one they were doing. The kind of controversy this would be causing right now. I mean, I know the wifey was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe she was cheating or he was cheating, and of course she got out of there." Blah blah blah. And I'm just like, yeah, it's not news. She's got like 19 engagement rings. I don't like it doesn't to me. Whoever she's with,
rings and Brady, bro.
Whoever she's with is going to give her an engagement ring, and shortly thereafter, the relationship's going to go downhill.
Right.
Everybody should learn from the past 18 people. If you get with J-Lo, tell her, hey, let's not worry about getting married. Let's just be together and let's be happy. Because once you get engaged, ya estuvo.
Yeah, man. She's dangerous. So dangerous. Yeah, man. So, but yeah, this is what it is. She kind of reminds me of like one of my high school students, bro. That's all in love and not in front of the paparazzi and like, yeah, and on social media, look at us, and then I hate you, you know,
son of a bitch.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, still, yeah, A-Rod cheated again.
Yeah, no surprise here, no surprise there.
Check out that Last Chance University, bro. Check it out. I'm barely about to start episode 2. I loved episode 1, and I like it, and it's just good. If you like sports, that's a really good one to watch. Maybe it's just my homerism coming out of my alma mater, but
Artie with homerism? What?
Yeah, I like it. Recommend that to all the audience.
Right on. Anything else before we get out of here?
So I got for you today.
All right, baby. Let's hear.
Good. Yes, a little good luck to my boy Luke, who's having his first day of T-ball practice tomorrow.
Yeah.
My son Leo had his first day earlier this week. And your son is off to a faster start than mine, which is okay, because at the end,
it's not how you start; it's how you finish.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not competing with that. I just want them both to do well and just to use sports as a way to help shape them in their lives, you know?
Absolutely.
And, so, yeah, man, I'm really excited for you because I've seen Luke swinging, and he's a monster, and sadly he got chosen on the Angels, team that you were talking about. But other than that, I'm happy for him. My comadre, I'm sorry, comadre. You know, I'll always be here if you need anything, and you know. But good luck. Good luck tomorrow, man. It should be more fun for you than it is for me going to practice. Because you could probably be hands off with Luke and just let him go practice, and I had to be literally walking Leo through every damn step of practice.
It's going to be a little bit of I got to be hands on when it comes to the fielding part. But running the bases and hitting the ball, I mean, that just comes natural too. He can run and he can hit the ball really hard. So that's just natural. But the fielding part and keeping track, being able to share the bat, I think is going to be his biggest uphill battle. But I think once he hits the ball a couple times, the coaches are going to be like, let him have the bat. Shut the fuck up. Get out of the way.
All right, cool.
So, but yeah, no, I appreciate the luck. Good luck to your boy as well. That way, you know, hopefully when they get a little older, they can play some travel ball together. And then we were rocking and roll, and we're doing more things together anyway. So there you go.
Right. That's right, for sure. I'll definitely, yeah, I got a team lined up for them already too. And yeah, Leo and Juan are definitely going to play travel ball.
Well, that's what Luke's going to do for sure, and I'm hoping that Ben as well. So we'll cross the roads when they get there, and then we'll rock and roll from there. The Casa Sanchez freaking family powerhouse of baseball, the Big Four, are going to come out and rock the world. Let me get the patented Artie send off.
Yeah, hey, don't forget to get your shots if you haven't got them, because I know Brent got his today and was crying like a little baby, but he had the COVID, so. If you haven't heard, if you get the first shot and you had the COVID, then obviously it hurts you a little more. It just kind of hits your immune system a little bit more. But if you haven't had it, you're like just like me, where it just feels like someone socked you on the arm, and that's really all it is. But you get hit twice as bad on the second shot. So anyways, so me and you are at our one shots. Obviously, I'm a week ahead of you, right? A little bit more than a week ahead.
Yeah, I got my next one in April.
Yeah, so just be safe out there, people. Let's not pretend like it doesn't exist out there, because I know Texas is pretending like it don't exist. But we're getting there, and things are improving, and things are improving because we're taking the right precautions. So wash your hands, wear those masks, and be safe out there. Catch you next week.
All right, compadre. And everybody else, thank you guys so much for joining us again. We made it to another weekend, and we're having fun. Be safe. Don't do anything dumb. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. And have a great night, guys. We love you guys. Don't forget to follow us on all the social medias. Make it happen, Captain, and we'll see you guys next weekend. Be safe.